I have only been in the Senate for, it's now approaching 3 years, and that is as long as I have known Terry. When it became clear that I was going to be the chairman, or I was going to chair the Committee on Local Government, immediately, because I actually had asked for it, because I was a governor, and I thought, when they said that you were going to be the chair of the the Committee on Local Government, I immediately, the thought came to my head, all of those things, lahat ng mga nireklamo ko nung governor ako, na ginagawa ng mga senador, ginagawa ng congressman, aayusin ko na ngayon. So I thought this was my big chance. And I say that just in jest, but in fact, there were some serious issues that I really wanted to take up, because these came up not out of study, not out of experience. And so immediately I said, we started hiring some people, and quite coincidentally, many of Senator Nene's people ended up with me. And so I asked them and others, who can we have who is a real expert on the local government code, because that is something that, in my view, needs to be examined in detail, needs to be revisited, it needs to be perhaps amended, perhaps we have to do, but there's much we need to do, because the local government code is 20 years old. And so Terry came, the people, everybody, it was almost unanimous, I think, it was that Terry should be the one to be our advisor. He's technically a consultant, but he is the advisor when it comes to the local government code issues. And I remember one of the, to use as an example, I was a very lucky boy, and I went to a very good school. I went to Oxford University. And I remember very clearly many times when I would go to my tutor and I would say, I do not understand, or it's not clear to me what the textbook is saying. And several times my tutor would say to me, well, the author lives 3 doors down. Go down there and ask him to explain it to you. And that for me was, you cannot get better than this. Well, in the case of the local government code, it was precisely the same situation. Because short of calling Senator Nene and bothering him and asking him to come in and give us a lecture, I could turn to Terry and I said, what does this mean? Ano bang iniisip ninyo? What was it? I remember so many hearings. At some point, we would talk about, I don't know, share, we would talk about barangay formation, whatever it was. And when we would come to the appropriate part on the local government code, I would simply turn to him, ano bang iniisip ninyo pag sinulat ng ganito? And that is, not only did I have access to that to somebody who was really very much part of the writing of the local government code, but Terry never let you down. He knew exactly, he would have the answer for you. And he would say to me, no, this is what we had in mind. Ganito ang aming iniisip. Nagbago lang ng konti because there was another law that came in, amyendahan, whatever it is. But this was really the intention. And from that guided everything that we did in the local government, in the Committee on Local Government. Because it was clearly a very good, because it was clearly understood what it was we were intending to do. And I think one of the reasons, well, maybe the reason that we worked together so well, and we were so appreciative of Terry's contribution to all that we did, was that very early on we came to an understanding. We said, it really is my belief that I don't know about 2050. In fact, we are going to be the 16th country. But I do honestly believe that whatever else the national government does, the driving engine of administration of government is at the local government. The national government should take its lead. And the local government has the precise right, local government code has the precise right idea. We must put in the hands of the decision makers as far down in the bureaucracy as possible. That is because these are the people that understand the problem, they understand the people, they understand, shall we call, the political terrain. And this belief was imbued in me in my time in local government. And unang usapan pa namin ni Terry, nagkaintindihan na agad kami. Hindi, kailangan ganito. Oo nga kasi ganyan talaga ang dapat natin gawin. So I think immediately, the very first time we sat down together, immediately understood one another. And said, no, we really believe in this thing. We really believe in what we're doing. And we really think that this is the way it should go. And that meeting of the minds immediately laid the ground for a very, very fine working relationship. I mean, I think anyone who has had the time to talk to him, to listen to any of his lectures, will know that his understanding of local government, not only the local government code, but the local government, its place in our government, within the relationship with the national government, all these issues was clearly encyclopedic and profound. And that was why it was very, very useful for us to always have him around. But I think the difference that I have found that with Terry and perhaps other consultants or other people that you referred to was that the business of empowerment or giving the local government as much capability and as much opportunity as is possible. This understanding or this drive that he had, it was not an intellectual exercise for him. It was not a job of work for him. It was a cause. He really believed in it. And as I said, that meeting of the minds of the two of us, because I really believe in it. And you could see he was devoted. He was truly devoted because he would spend, even the times that I did not ask him to do anything, he would suddenly pop up and say, I just did a study. And this would be this specimen. And I think when he says a study, I mean, it's a 1,000-page thing. He has researched every single LGU in the country on the dimension of which he's studying. As I just came up, I just did a study. Kaya pala nawala ng isang linggo. I just did a study. And my study indicates this, that, oh, sige, we will do something else. And then something else. Every time I asked him, and then beyond that, every time I asked him to do something, Terry, I need for you, because there is an issue coming up about cityhood or barangay benefits or whatever it is. I want to see the empirical data so that we know where exactly we stand. So of course he would disappear for a day or two, and he would come back with 3 times what I asked him. It would never be just what I asked him. It would, yes, this is what I did. This is tama ka, pero meron pang ibang ganyan. And you could see he was absolutely devoted to the idea of the autonomy of local government, of the empowerment of local government. And he also did it so terribly, terribly well. And it was towards the end when he was having more and more difficulty coming in. You could see even our last hearing, he still showed up. He showed up. We knew he was. Alam namin na talagang nahirapan na siya kasi kung minsan di na siya makakapasok. Kung minsan nakikita mo nahirapan siya. He would always. But he would. The last hearing, I remember he still suddenly showed up. He sat next to me, and I did exactly what I did in many hearings. And I tried to him, Terry, ano ba talaga iniisip ninyo? Bakit ganyan ang sinulat ninyo? And once again, I mean, I think I'm accurate in saying that. I think that is exactly what he would provide. And if I had the advantage then in school of going to the author of the book, then in local government, I have the advantage of the person who may not have authored the book, but he certainly was very important in writing that book because he worked hand in glove with Senator Daniel. It was clear that as I said, it went beyond work. It went beyond concept and theory. It really was important to him that we empower and we improve our administration at the lower levels of government, where government is at the front line, where government matters, where the government and its people have to come to a modus vivendi, have to come to a social contract. And that social contract is something that we are continuously redefining. And that the role of government at every level is something that we're constantly redefining. It is not a simple problem, it is not a simple idea. But there he was right in the middle of it from the very beginning and right to the very end. And for that, I think the legacy, the work that he did, will live on. As a matter of fact, I was here the other day talking to Senator Nene about some other local government issue, and we were saying, where's Terry's speaking? He was telling me, I need Terry's research. I cannot find it. Hindi mahanap yung papeles niya. But I knew, we both know that he was working on something on this. And so to this day, we are still enjoying the benefits of his hard work, of his commitment, of his determination to make the Philippines a better place, because that is essentially what he was working for. And to make the Philippines a better place through the methods that he knew of, that he was expert at, and he most certainly was that. It's at this point that it is customary that we say that he will be truly missed. But I will not say that, because as I described to you, he is already missed. And I am just happy that I had the benefit of his experience, his knowledge, his wisdom, and his determination. Because without it, I don't think we could do the things that we have done. So goodbye to Terry, but more important,